First things first, we have a huge announcement. Aries Rage is back in stock. My #1 best favorite supplement I've ever sold. You can purchase it on kalosique.com. I made a video a couple days ago about why height mogs the face. And I still back up this statement because if 60% of women won't even date guys less than 6 feet tall, this means statistically that height is going to be the pre-qualifying factor in order to do well with women in the modern world. This does not mean, like a lot of tall guys, that it's going to get you women. Because if you were tall and average, you're not putting in any work anywhere else, you're still going to be struggling, man. So what I'm actually going to talk about today is why tall men in 2025 struggle so freaking much with dating, because guys are always commenting about how they're taller or their taller friend doesn't do very well with girls, and I'm going to break down every single reason for that today. So without further ado, let's get it. Brad Pitt is who I'd probably consider the most handsome man in the world. I have a man crush on Brad Pitt. You guys know it since the beginning. One of my very first videos was how to get the Fight Club physique. He's very, very aesthetic. But here's the thing I can guarantee you about Brad Pitt that a lot of you guys probably would never assume. He has to work his ass off in order to look like Brad Pitt. Because if anybody, if you have Chad genetics, you look freaking amazing. Maybe in your teenage years you can get away with not doing anything. You know, no skincare, you're not worried about your diet, you're not working out, and you look handsome, you look great. But past 18, 22, 30, these different milestones, all of the Chads, they drop off, man. And being tall is no different. A lot of tall guys, they think that just being tall is good enough. They've never really had to do much in life. Maybe whenever they are younger, they have that cuteness factor, and a lot of girls go after them just because they're taller. But especially after the age of 18, no one's going to be interested in you just because you're tall. If you're tall, you have an average face, you're freaking 25% body fat, no sense of fashion, you're making less than 6 figures every single year, I hate to break it to you, man. I don't care how tall you are, you're not going to have really much of a place in the sexual marketplace value. Height is only going to be a multiplier of your base attraction. If you're just average, basically, and then you're tall, you're still just going to be a tall average guy. There's nothing significant about you. But the second you start setting yourself apart and then you multiply that by height, ooh, you're unmoggable. My point is, a lot of guys think that just being tall is good enough. So they actually use this as a reason to put in less effort than other guys. For example, short guys. There have actually been studies showing that short guys are better in bed because they feel like they have to compensate. Short guys on average have more intense work ethics. Like, they're willing to actually put in the work and do things that they need to. They're willing to kind of court a woman a little bit more, put more effort into the relationship, chase her a little bit more, and show more interest in a way that tall guys are not. You, if you're watching this, you're a taller guy, you might just think you don't have to do anything at this point, which is wrong, and especially for my content, I don't want you to get that idea. Now let's give you guys a great big cope that might make you feel better. So, I have seen this before. So some guys who are taller, height is freaking intimidating. Like, if someone is a 5'8" Chad, he's not as intimidating as someone who's 6'5" with a really attractive face, especially for girls. So do not expect any girls to come up to you, to show interest to you, especially if you're more introverted, you don't have like those golden retriever vibes. You're gonna scare off these girls, man. You look scary. And a lot of girls, they have their guard up, especially for guys who could physically do something towards them. And if you're quiet, they don't have any idea what kind of guy you are. So you might not be getting any female attention. They might not be coming up to you because of this one reason. They are simply intimidated by you. No, that's not a cope. It could be true in some cases. Remember when I said your height magnifies your attraction? Your height also magnifies your body language. So if you are, for example, a taller guy, you got tons of confidence. You walk out in public, people think you are arrogant. Oh, this guy's cocky. Oh, what an asshole, this guy. I can't believe this guy. But the opposite is true. If you have no self-esteem, you're awkward, you're fidgety, you're going to be out in public, and this lack of self-confidence is going to be multiplied. You're going to be out there trying to talk to a girl, and then now you look almost like a weirdo because you don't have that confidence. It's like whenever someone is attractive, like really handsome, and they don't have any social confidence, any confidence whatsoever, then these two actually do not correlate, and you're gonna think something is psychologically wrong with this person. Same thing with being too awkward, too insecure. The best way to actually fix this is by doing everything else I'm going to advocate in today's video. As you guys know, I was sold out of my favorite, best supplement of all time, Aries Rage, since last October, I believe, and we finally restocked. And not just that, we're doing memberships. We are doing bundle deals. If you get this with Titan Growth 2.0 and Eros Desire, you also get a deal. And on top of that, I'm giving you guys 25% off the entire website with the code Aries. Now, Aries, he's the god of war. He's rageful. He's got aggression. He's got testosterone. Testosterone is down nearly 50% of what it was 2 decades ago. And I'm always telling you guys, man, when it comes to height growth, what do we need? We need to optimize our hormones. When it comes to facial development, what do we need? We need to optimize our hormones. You can't keep saying that diet is cope, when scientific evidence is showing our faces are becoming less developed. They're becoming less chiseled. We're getting less and less testosterone. And not just that, man. It's about how you feel. When you have more testosterone, you got that rage, that power to actually chase things that you want to in your life, man. Like when you're in the gym, you're going to actually feel those workouts. You're going to see more muscle packing onto your physique effortlessly. You're going to see the body fat melting off you effortlessly. And this, I'm not exaggerating. You guys know I don't exaggerate. This, in my opinion, is the best supplement, not the one I sell, but the best one on the market for a couple reasons. Number one of my top competitors, he actually has pretty much this exact same supplement with half the amount of Tonga Ali. Probably the most powerful ingredient in this. Scientific studies have shown that it boosts testosterone by 37%. But not just that, I have 50 milligrams of zinc, which is insane for testosterone production, everything. L-arginine, which is also a great one, and 750 milligrams of an herbal blend that's going to boost testosterone like crazy. And the last one, my favorite one, is going to be maca. Maca was actually used by the ancient Peruvians. They would take it before they went to war. Story has it because it would make them so intense, ready to literally anybody who gets in their way, because it's a very, very powerful supplement. All of this is an Aries Rage, my favorite supplement. You gotta get it now, man. kalosique.com. So just being tall is not enough. What can I do, Austin, to actually get girls? Well, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. First of all, it all starts with the body. I've said this time and time again. A lot of people say, oh, building your physique is cope. Looking like a Greek chiseled fucking Greek god is cope. How is that cope, man? How many people do you see with chiseled freaking six packs, crazy jawline, the hollow cheeks, and then you're gonna tell me that this person is unattractive? Even if you have average genetics, man, you're gonna look freaking sick. So what you need to start doing is practicing a diet low in carbohydrates. You need to be in a caloric deficit the majority of the year. I'm tired of the bulking. I'm tired of people recommending bulking. Oh, you need to eat all this food. No. Food doesn't do anything for you, man. As long as you get enough protein, you get enough vitamins, you get enough minerals, you don't have to be eating all this food. Scientific literature has actually shown that animals and humans, literally anything, if they spend the majority of their lives in a caloric deficit, eating less food than the body needs, they live longer. It's anti-aging. It preserves them. They're going to have more energy. Overall, it's one of the best things you can do. So caloric deficit, hit your protein, low carbohydrate, and then you want to be building muscle in the right places. So I would suggest building more so the male model aesthetic look, building those round, broad shoulders, upper strong chest, hitting the neck, an aggressive six-pack. Now, when I say these are the most important things, this is what most girls are going to look at. Most girls are not going to look at your freaking calf definition, how strong your V-taper is. Now, that's not saying that these things aren't important and that you should not train them, but they are not the most important when it comes to an aesthetic physique. Now, if you can nail this down, you already have the height, you are pretty much already there. I've always said it, there are more millionaires in the world than men with chiseled six-packs. So that's going to be the first step, and make sure you have the strength and the muscle to back up this leanness as well. You don't want to just look like a scrawny little twink. That's not the goal. We want to look lean, aggressive, like a freaking warrior. The reason I say to start with the physique is this. So we want to create an upward spiral with everything. I love this term because You start doing one thing, everything else starts getting better. So you fix the physique. You've done something you never thought you had the discipline to do. You just proved yourself wrong and your self-doubt inside your head. So what that just did, it built your confidence. So now, whenever you start doing other things in life, you're subconsciously building confidence, self-esteem, and charisma. So whenever you're out in public, you're talking to girls, you're trying to cold approach, you're posting yourself online to market yourself to girls, you are instantly already looking more attractive. But it's about collecting those little wins each and every day. You do more and more things that you say you're going to. This is what true confidence is, man. Confidence doesn't come from your genetics. Confidence doesn't come from anything outside of this world. Confidence comes from what you yourself are able to do and the limitations that you put on yourself, meaning that you can actually do things that you say you're going to do. If you keep saying, oh, I'm going to start this business, oh, I'm going to start this diet tomorrow, and you lie to yourself, you don't actually do it, you are confirming to yourself, you're a little bitch. You are not going to have confidence. Now we got two things. We want to be improving the style. This is going to be number one. So when it comes to style for tall guys, I'm actually going to advocate looking more approachable. This is going to be huge. Like, don't copy me when it comes to style if you want to look approachable. Now, I wear all black. I don't really have an approachable aesthetic. I want you to kind of go old money. I want you to look a little preppy, a little bit dorky, make yourself seem more approachable, but at the same time, looking like you know about fashion, putting effort into yourself. And the last thing I want you to do is to work on that body language, man. I want you to open things up when you're sitting down. Make sure you always have open and inviting body language. And the best thing, guys, the reason that you are not getting girls, sometimes you are simply not trying to get girls. Like, sometimes it's just the amount of actually trying to get them. You might be awkward. You might be just acting like a big weirdo creep at this very moment in time, but you just need more practice with girls, and then naturally you're going to get a lot better with them. So I hope this video helped, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Go get Aries Rage and all my other supplements. I love you guys with all my heart. Peace.